Today on Woodturning, I have a project that quacks me up.
Tim's American Beauty was made by Robust Tools, America's premier lathe manufacturer. Robust. Built to turn wood. Enjoyed for a lifetime.
Easy Wood Tools makes carbide tip turning tools, the Easy Chuck, beading cutters, live and drive centers, faceplates, and wire burning kits. Easy Wood Tools, easy to use, easy to own. This is a duck, and it's specifically being made for a Jeep. It's a thing. People that have Jeeps put the ducks in their dashboard, and I'm not really sure what the story is behind it. I had a Jeep for a year, but it had a carburetor, so I got rid of it because I don't work on Jeeps or carburetors. But anyway, so the duck is really cool. It's an offset turning. We're going to make it out of 3 different types of wood. I'm just using poplar for the body. Going to use a little bit of babinga for the nose and some walnut for the hat. So we're starting with a piece of poplar that's 2.5 inches square, and we're going to make this 5.5 inches long. Your duck dimensions might vary depending on the piece of wood you have. Get that up there. There we go. Cut her in half. Before we get started, I want to thank our sponsors, Robust Lathes and Easy Wood Tools, because without their support, we wouldn't be here and that'd be no fun. And by the way, I am an authorized Robust dealer, so if you're looking for a new lathe, give me a call. And if you're looking for any cool wood turning tools or a neat hollowing system, go to my site, woodturningwithtim.com, and you can see all those things there. Now, to get started on this, I've marked the center on both ends of the blank, and so did that with an awl. So I've got a steb center in here, and I've got a live center in here with a point. I'm going to bring that up like so, tighten it in. I'm going to bring my tool rest up here. This is a really neat tool rest. It's about 7 inches long. It's from Robust. They make a bunch of neat ones. But anyway, so I've got that there. We're going to round this out. That's the first step of this project. Okay, so we've got our little duck here, and we want to make the duck's butt first. So this is the on-center part of this off-center turning. So the duck's butt's going to be down on this end, and I'm not even worried about leaving the marks from the tool there because that's going to be covered. If you're going to put this in a Jeep, you could put a little piece of cork on there. That way it won't slide all over your dashboard. Might want to put a piece of metal on there and a magnet so it won't move at all. But anyway, so let's turn this on. Let's see, let's make the duck's butt about right here. We're going to wind up losing about that much for the head later in a minute, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Going to bring the speed way up since we are turning the spindle. We want to have high speed. So I'm just kind of establishing this little curve for the duck's body. But the thing I want to grab here is Easy Wood makes a really cool beading tool. So I'm going to come in with the beading tool and make that base bead right there. That is so slick how that works because this is shaped exactly like a bead, and it's a negative rake scraper, and you just push it in, it makes a perfect bead. Easy peasy. I don't have to kill myself making it. So now we're going to come back here and we're going to ease ourselves into that bead. So basically, I'm making a bigger bead with the duck's body, or the duck's butt, actually. Well, that's his body. It's the bottom of the duck. Let's just put it that way. So I'm looking at that one there. So this doesn't have to be really curved a lot. We'll give it just a little bit of a slight curve there. Now it's up to you at this point if you want to sand this now, but I'm going to sand it later, after we do the offset turning. Makes it more exciting. Okay, so now that's pretty much where I want it. And now we're going to do the offset part of the turning. So now to offset the piece of wood, how do we offset it? Well, you can measure like 1/4 inch on each end to move it off, but I like to do this. I think I want my duck's head to be about this diameter, this inside of this hole. So I'm going to take this roll of tape up here and see if I hang it off here, you can see through the wood, so that's not good. I'm going to bring it to here. Now I can't see through, so I'll just make a circle like this. Now that I have this circle, I can see that the center is going to be right there, and that's where my head's going to be. So I'll just take a little awl here and whack it in there. Now here's the fun part. I need to come from here down to here. I'm going to make a mark down here. So now I know when I turn it over, I'm going to make my next center right here. And so I'm going to split the difference here. And so there I go. Okay, so now I'm marked there. So, whoops. That's clear as mud, huh? But it will work. So I'm going to mount this on there and you'll see how this looks. So we're mounted between centers on our new points, and you can see how wobbly it is right now. So the head's going to be about right here, and it's a little bit angled, and I think that's okay. It's going to give it a little bit of character. I'm turning my lathe way down. And by the way, if you're doing this and haven't done this before, well, even if you have done it before, you should wear a face shield. Because if this thing flies off, it's going to fly off. But we're bringing this up to about, I'd say I'm about 800 RPM right now at the most. And I'm taking a bowl gouge because I want to take little nibbles here. My whole point is right now, I just want to round out the blank. So it's just a little process of just taking the wood off a little bit at a time. Once it's rounded out, we can pick up the speed of the lathe and then start making some shapes. Now that's why I have a stub center here. If I get a catch, it just spins. It doesn't do anything really bad. If you had another type of center in there that really dug into the wood, it would catch and it could break the wood or make it come off. This is a lot safer to use a stub center when you're doing this. That way you don't get in any trouble. And the only reason that's catching is because I'm taking a little bit too large of a cut. So I'll just back off, slow down, and shut up for a while. Okay, so we're almost rounded out, kind of got close, but we're in this transition point where we're doing the body and coming up into the neck. So you can see right here, I got a little overhang here. So this is where you have to just continue to go in and be brave and make a shape. So now I've moved to a 1/2 inch spindle gouge. So it'll give me a little more control to make that shape. So we'll turn this on. Now I can pick the speed up, make sure we're tight there. Speed's your friend when you're doing this type of cut. But if you get a catch right now, this thing's coming off of here too, so that's not good. So we're just kissing the wood, coming in, and I'm watching the shadow line there because I can see through the wood as I'm making this cut. So I'm doing a little pull there. We're gonna come back here again, gonna curve it up a little bit more, pull it in a little bit more. I can still see a little bit of a shadow line. Come in one more time. Still a little bit of shadow line. And I'm trying to make a curve as I do this. But I've got a little bit of a hump there, I can tell. So I'm going to have to come back in and readjust the entry point. Because you can see I got this sharp edge right here. So I got to start coming back here a little bit further to get into there. So we'll do that now. We're going to reshape our curve a bit. Cutting air. There, I got it. Almost there. One more time. See how close we are there. Almost. See, I got a little tiny bit right there. So one more cut, I'll have this done. He's coming out a little bit shorter here, so I might make the head about here. So I'll start working on this a little bit more, and then we'll get the head done. One more cut. So I've got the blank rounded out now, and we're just making a bead, a big bead for the head, like so. Depending on how you want your duck to look, this one might have a really long neck. And it doesn't have to be a perfectly round bead. I mean, your duck can have a tall head if you want them to. We're going to come down here and sweep in. I've switched to a smaller spindle gouge now to be a little more delicate here. And I'm just swinging my body to make this taper into the neck. Now I want a delineation on the neck, so I want to have a little V groove here. So I'm going to take a little more off. I want the neck to be a little bit skinnier. Come back here, just blend in here. You want to have a little bit of a curve to the neck. And so we'll come here. Okay, now I'm going to let the shape of the tool make this shape for me. Right like that, push in, now I'll come back and clean up the intersection. Oh, that looks good. You can't sand this little detail, so you want it to be clean off the tool. So now we're going to scoop, like so. There we go, that looks good. That's thinner, I like that. So come back here, blend this in a little bit more. And so I think you got the head pretty close. I just want to get him a little rounder in one spot here. Like so. Sandpaper is your friend in this situation. We'll take off some wood here. So I'm not taking this off yet. I'm going to sand everything now. I'm leaving this full because I'm going to have to reposition this back on center so I can sand the body. If you take that down, you won't be able to put this back on to do that. So let's look at this real quick. Oh, he's an elegant little tall duck right there. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to sand this, reposition it, and sand this. Then we'll be on to making the nose and the hat. Now we got to make a hat. He's bald. He doesn't look good. I made this head a little bit smaller because I wanted to make the hat fit better. The other one head was too fat. Anyway, so I've got about a 2.5 inch piece by 1.5 inch wide piece of walnut mounted in the chuck here. And I'm going to take, this is, by the way, my favorite little tool rest from Robust. It's so tiny, but it works great on little projects like this. It gets out of your way. And so I'm going to take the Easy Wood with their little tiny cutter, and I'm going to dish this out. My whole idea is here, I'm going to dish this out and then check to see how the head fits inside. And if I screw up, I can just take a little bit off because I made the blank a little bit longer than I need. So let's turn this off, check this out real quick, see how his head fits. Pretty good. I can go a little bit deeper because I want it down a little bit on him. Oh, by the way, I didn't even point this out. If you watch the orientation of the wood as you make this, try to make it to where you can get a neat design right here. So if you do it kind of off to the side here, you're going to wind up with side grain. It won't look as cool, but this is centered perfectly. And that's completely on purpose. Okay, anyway, back to this. We'll get this hollowed out and then we'll start shaping the hat. I want to go for a cowboy look, so I'm going for a flat brim right now. Hey, see what we're going to do here. Yeah. I got too many options in front of me. Go with this. We'll clear it out a little bit with this. This might be a alternative cowboy hat. We'll see how it turns out. I like the flat brim idea. I don't want to make a top hat though. That would be kind of Christmassy and old-fashioned. Let's see, I need something straighter. So let's go for, there we go, there's one. Come in here. Carbide is excellent for getting a really crisp intersection. There we go. So this is going to be a neat, weird hat. I'm probably going to make my own type of fashion statement here. There we go, that's what I want. That's the look. That's pretty cool. Okay. Sand this up. We're going to move on to the duck's bill. So we're ready to make the beak, and the beak goes in a hole that we drill into the head, and this is going to be the drill bit that goes into the head. So I'm going to make a tenon on the beak, that diameter, when I make the beak. So let's get at making the beak. Turn this on. I've got a little piece of babinga here held into a chuck. I'm going to come in here and do the end. I'm going to dish it out just a little bit because I want my beak to go in. This is the long end, the outside of the beak. Okay, like that. Now it's going to come here and make it shape. Very easy, very quick. You can make the beak any diameter you want. We'll make his kind of svelte. Oop, got a catch there. Come back here. Okay, come back in. Bring it down like so. Now, I'm going to need to make a tenon right there. So we will get a parting tool. I have one here somewhere. There we go. Come in here like so. Now I'm going to get my calipers. There we go. Cool. I got my tenon. Drop my calipers. I'm going to sand that, and then we'll be ready to assemble Mr. Duck. Okay, so we've got our duck. We got our beak, we got our hat. Now we got to put the beak in. So we want the beak to go in at a bit of an angle. And see how having that grain centered like that is really cool. Kind of gives them a face. So we'll come in here, and hopefully this will go well. Do a little brain surgery. I guess the brain will be a little bit higher. So put this beak in. Okay, the beak goes in great. Put his hat on him, kind of give him a little jaunty angle on that. I'm going to glue that later, and I'll put a finish on this. And so that is how you make a Jeep duck. Until the next time on Wood Turning, keep turning.
Tim's American Beauty was made by Robust Tools, America's premier lathe manufacturer. Robust, built to turn wood, enjoyed for a lifetime.
Easy Wood Tools makes carbide tip turning tools, the Easy Chuck, beading cutters, live and drive centers, faceplates, and wire burning kits. Easy Wood Tools, easy to use, easy to own.